What's up, guys? My name is Con, and we're back today with more Railroads Online. And today, Heist and I, we're at the coal mine. Heist, we've made it to the coal mine.
I mean, we have. No
Yes.
trains have. There's no
Look
track.
at this piece of track here.
This is the one piece of track because
track.
apparently you can't stand on the actual chute itself.
Yeah. So we're gonna connect to the coal
goal
mine.
is to re-rail Betsy up here, right? Just,
Oh my God!
there
Can you imagine? And then just like have it as a statue or whatever. It's like this is the Betsy's coal
Betsy
mine.
of the coal mine. Yes. That'd be
But
the
yeah,
vibe.
so we're gonna connect from the iron ore mine to the coal mine today, and we're gonna literally
Good
do it
luck,
as
us.
that. It's gonna be probably
Just-
10% at the iron ore mine because that seems smart, and
Yeah.
we already have a helper station there anyway, so we'll just get bigger helpers, and that way we don't have to go. Like I've done the route up the valley on the right side of the map before. It's a beautiful route. It's pretty. There's a river there. It takes a long time to run it. And so we figured this will be a little bit more direct. Coal mine, straight to iron mine, straight to smelter, and then back to all
boom, boom.
the
I
other.
like it.
Yeah, all in a line. So I'm going to go to the iron mine, start working on that side of things.
And I'm gonna make the coal mine
And
into industry.
Heist is going to build the coal mine into an industry. Holy cow, you actually cleared out all the trees of the iron mine. Alrighty.
I did. Gave you some space to work, man.
I've decided I know what I'm going to do. In the meantime, while we're here,
Okay.
I'm going to put
What are
an
you doing?
engine shed at the iron mine, just because.
Well, that'll be fun.
I don't know. I
Yeah,
don't know.
yeah. If we're truly doing 10%, yeah. you're
Yeah,
gonna
I
want
mean,
that.
it would probably. I mean, the sanding. I guess the iron mine actually would need a whole facility then, right? I'm gonna do this after. I'm gonna build the line first and then figure out. Because we would need.
Figure out
You
what we
wouldn't.
do.
I guess you wouldn't necessarily have sand at the iron, but you'd fill up with sand at the helper station before you even come up here. So
Yeah, and I mean, actually, what you really do as a railroad, I mean, you would service your engine at a facility and have it sanded for the day. You wouldn't need to like sand at the helper station unless the helper lived there and it was its own setup.
right.
And then, of course, yeah, you'd get sand there, but
So
no,
realistically,
the sand
we'd
domes
sand
hold a lot of
everything at the
sand.
freight depot before we even leave, and then.
Yeah, the engines would be serviced before they go, and then like the goat lives at the helper station, and so okay, that's its mechanical facility, and we'd fill up with sand there, and then that's how that works. I'm playing Tree Chopping Simulator 1895. Once again.
Yes, it's a great game. I
These
love it.
these trees are some thick boys. These pines.
Yeah.
I was so used to those little skinny whatever they were, aspens or birch trees. And
So what's
yeah,
your
these are-
your thought of the coal mine layout? Do you think you're gonna have room to do like a whole loop to come back
I
around?
don't think I don't know if I'm gonna do loop. I don't like loops. I mean,
I don't either,
operationally they're
but-
nice, but
It is a
I
big
can
industry.
fit
The coal mine has a lot more space than the iron mine here, so you could really do like 17 wide lanes if you really wanted to. Not that we'd need it, but
I'm probably gonna do a couple wide shunt lanes, maybe put a little facility in with a turntable and an engine shed or something just for fun because we're pretty remote. This is gonna be our furthest terminal for a long time.
right.
So we'd probably have engines live here if
and
we
like you
were
would
a
have
real
water
railroad.
and all that stuff. And
So I'll probably do all that. I'll probably have enough width of lanes in the yard to be able to take a couple long trains because we're going to be hopefully supplying this thing and hopefully running pretty long coal trains out of it. So
right.
not for a while, obviously, but soon enough, someday.
I don't know if I gave myself enough room to clear this, but we'll find out, I guess.
I'm trying to figure out where to put the
I did
throat
not.
of the yard right now, where it needs to start. And I guess it depends. I get to set that, so you have to figure out where to put your track in. And there's a bit of a natural grade right through here, so I think that's
Yeah,
what
there's
I'm gonna
one
do.
spot where it gets super narrow at the so watch out for that. Like obviously we don't want to have to
Oh yeah, I'm seeing what's going on here.
yeah, you know what I'm talking about. My hope is that like we can have at the top of this mountain peak once I clear this mountain. My hope is that I can have like a helper station there, or not a helper station, but just a switch off so the helper engine can get off the track and then, let the road engine take over. And then hopefully have enough space so that the road engine, or not enough space, a shallow enough grade coming back up so that the road engine doesn't need a helper coming back from the coal mine. It just needs one to
Right.
like clear this
Just
first
one
hill.
way.
Yeah.
Drop the engine at the top of the pass, and
Right, and then
Yeah.
and then have the helper. That's my hope, but I don't really know how this is gonna go because it's 10%. So this is a silly climb. If we had like in real life, okay, if they wanted to do this in real life rather than go around the whole valley, they would just drill a tunnel, right? They would just
they
blow.
would make cuts. They'd make tunnels. Yeah,
yeah, they just
because
blow a big hole in the wall and call it a day.
even making just like a small cut, because I mean tunnels incur a lot of maintenance, surprisingly, so they really weren't common on a lot of narrow gauge properties. The Rio Grande actually only had 2 on their whole system, and they had, you know, probably 600-700 miles plus track at least at their biggest. And the 2 tunnels, oddly enough, still survive to this day on the Cumbres and Toltec, which is funny. But they were like, oh yeah, this is a sheer cliff and it would be a ton to blast out and we can't make a curve around it, so okay, we're doing a tunnel. But anything else, like going over those saddles that you're going to be building over, they would just make one big deep cut, you know.
So they'd make like a 200, 300 foot deep cut straight through the rock.
Probably not 200, 300 foot. They would still climb a fair bit, but they would cut probably 50 foot, 60 foot. And that saves you so much height. I mean, 60 feet, talking about 10%, that's still 600 feet of run at 10%, you know?
Yeah.
So you talk about, okay, well, actually, they're trying to keep it to maybe 4%. You're talking about a significant savings in challenge there.
I know a lot of people, they, like you're saying, you like running track down. I'm kind of weird. I like running track up because, I don't know.
Okay.
And then I go back and redo it if I don't make it. So...
See, that's the nice thing about going down with it is like, okay, you just have to just keep looping until you make it. Like,
right.
You're not going to run into obstructions.
In the old days,
you pick a grade and go.
This is all kind of nonsense because in the old days they would have just surveyed like the crap out of it.
They would know the route before they go
before they
down
even
a single
laid
tree.
and they would
yeah.
survey everything, and that makes sense.
But, you know, when you're talking about a video game, trying to add like a surveying step in, you know, surveying engineers would be like, oh my God, yes. And then everyone else would probably be like,
it would be nice to be able to like place ghosted track though, rather than actual.
Yeah.
And then finalize it. And be like,
that would be really nice. I agree.
Because then
that way you could like modify it and tweak it in place before.
Yeah, exactly. Like tweak it before you actually like assemble it.
And that way you could like get a rough idea of what it's going to look like, and then go, oh no, that's going to be ridiculous for this, or no, that'll probably work. And then that'd be a really good system.
Oh, I'm actually just hanging off the cliff here with this. That's sick. Nice. I am too far over, is what I've learned.
This back grove at the coal mine's pretty big.
Dude, it's massive. You got tons of room back there. Like, you could easily do something.
Got all these rooms for activities.
Yeah.
Do you remember what you did at my coal mine on the ES&D?
Where I made the statue?
The statue, the modern art.
Yeah, you're not. Are you making a statue or?
No, I probably won't make a statue. Maybe I will. I don't know. We'll see what I feel like. But I love that statue. It was a beautiful stack of beautifulness. I recently had some of my channel members go through and they rebuilt the whole ES&D for me on the new splines, which was very sweet of them. And they left the statue. They left the homage de con, so it's still there despite the rest of the railroad.
Hey man,
being
that statue's worth that statue's worth money. Okay, it cost a lot to commission.
It did,
and
genuine Canadian art.
Yeah. We all know Canadian art is worth a pretty penny.
Cricket sounds.
Exactly. Dude, there was like a painting that was held in like the National Art Gallery of Canada, and it was literally just like 3 striped colored lines. And it was like 40 million or something that we paid for it. And I was like,
dude, so
what are we doing? And they're like, oh, well, if you stare at it and then you look at a white wall, you'll see the inverted colors. And it's like, yeah, I had a book when I was 6 years old that told me that too. Like, you don't see me pay
less than $40 million.
For less than $40 million. Like, I don't understand what you're paying for like a really terrible basic optical, like I don't get it, man.
I don't understand the economy behind fine art stuff. Like when somebody's got a lot of skill and they can do a very nice painting or a really nice piece of artwork or whatever in any media, be it digital, whatever, and either it's a representation of something or it's their expression. Okay, I can understand that. But when it gets into like the abstract stuff and this is art and it's, it's so simple like that, and it's like, okay, well, how does that fetch money, and like how did that person?
We're not cultured.
I don't get it.
Like
I'm not. We're not cultured.
My
enough.
fiance is into like high fashion as well. Like not buying high fashion, but she like follows it and like knows, like no, I don't know, nose designers and all that. Like she just follows it, right? Like she doesn't, she doesn't buy these ridiculous
She's into
things.
the culture of it.
The culture of it. And I've asked her many times to explain it, and she's like, well, that's just fashion. And I'm like, that's not an explanation that is...
You did not answer me in my engineering mind.
Yeah,
here.
you didn't answer the question of like, you see someone come out with like a garbage can on their head, my whole like logo and all that, and they're wearing a garbage can, and she's like, oh, well, that's fashion. And I'm like, no, that's a garbage can.
That is a human with a garbage can on
your
head,
head. I don't understand. Like,
They're
you wouldn't wear that
it.
anywhere, and it's worth millions of dollars. I just don't get it. I just don't.
Yeah,
we're not cultured, Heist. That's the problem.
We're not cultured. I'm simple. I drive a big V8 muscle car. I like to drink whiskey and play my guitar. There you go.
And you wear overalls on a regular basis to work.
I do wear overalls on a regular basis when I'm not not wearing the uniform. Yeah.
Yeah. So, you're just not a man of culture. I'm sorry. That's just not.
Yeah. I'm very far. High fashion is very much the opposite of me.
Yeah.
And this was something that I did not understand with my ex. She'd always be like, oh, you need to dress nice. And I'm like, but we're like, what's wrong with my Led Zeppelin t-shirt? I don't get it. I don't compute. I did my hair. What else is going on?
I'll wear nice clothes if we're going to a nice thing. Like,
right,
I'll
okay, we're doing
up.
a fancy thing.
Okay, I'll be a respectable person, but I don't understand high fashion. I never have, never will. I'm not sophisticated in any way.
Yeah, I don't put my pinky up when I raise my glass, so not fancy.
I'm not that level either, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Man, I am so close to making this corner. It's like I've been spending all my time so far just working on this one corner. I don't know how far you are, but
I got the start of the switch lead to the yard, the throat of the yard figured out, and I've got one lane that runs by the unloading and loading that's set up, but now I've just been on a rampage of chopping down trees because I don't know how long I can make the lanes because I don't really know like what the end of the space is. Right. So I'm just burning it all down. I'm chopping all the trees down. Gonna have plenty of firewood if the trees made firewood.jpg. So
I'm like really close to. I'm gonna redo this piece and then I should be able to redo the next piece and then I'll make the first corner and then that'll be wonderful. There's still, I noticed in this game, there's still the issue, which I don't know what the deal is with it. When you place a piece of track, it still does the thing where sometimes like you'll change the radius and the steepness changes. You know what I mean? Like it's
right,
and it's like it's something weird with the calculation. So I don't know if our 10% is necessarily truly 10%.
Truly 10%, it might be worse.
Right, like right now, I'm laying a track over the existing track, and I'm higher up, even though I did it both times at 10%. So I don't...
Yeah, there's some artifacting that comes in there where anytime you're involving a curve, the math literally makes the inside rail go higher than the outside rail, right?
Right.
Because if you're setting it on center, it's always going to do that, and so then you have to compensate for it, and it gets worse and worse the steeper and sharper you go. So like with a lot of things railroad and a lot of railroad calculations, both on the civil side and on the operational mechanical side, there's a lot of assumptions made where, okay, well, it's a train, it's only going to go up at 2%. So if you look into the way that we approximate like tonnage math and tonnage calculations, they make perfect sense and they're approximate enough that they work at 1%, 2%, 3%, 4%. You start getting towards 10% beyond, and the math starts to break down because we're not doing a true approximation. We need to be using like an actual sinusoid or tangent function or something. My buddy Jake is going to watch this and his head's going to explode and he's going to be screaming at me, why didn't you take more math in college? I'm bad at it. Sorry, Jake. You know this. Anyways.
I'm good at math, actually. Math was like my one strong suit. It was like, for some reason, math just clicked for me.
I actually did okay in it. I say I did bad in math, but I actually got A's in all of the math classes I took. I just didn't take as many classes because I didn't really care for it. It's not that I wasn't good at it. It was just not my thing. Right. I preferred the more hardcore engineering that applied the math and stuff. So anyway.
I'm still having a bridge nightmare over here, but it's fine.
I could believe it. It's fine. It's
fine. It's like the struggle of trying to I'm trying to hug the cliff edge of the iron mine, but you can only go over so far because then the supports don't reach anymore, so you're stuck with that issue. And then once you
Yep.
get to that, like, then I have to curve back at a 60-meter radius. And I should just go to, like, 50 meters and it would be easy, but I'm trying to curve back at 60 so we can at least, like, keep her full pinned, you know?
Yep.
And I don't know. Yeah, it's a bit of a struggle. But anyway, we'll get there eventually. Well, so we cannot clear the mountain at 10%. Wow, are you serious?
Are you kidding me?
You can't one-shot clear it anyway. I gotta loop around further and then come across. Oh my.
This rail alignment's going to be absurd.
Dude, that's insane. I tried this once before just in my own time just to test it out and see like, hey, could I do it? And I tried it at 6.5% and there was no way. And then so I was like, all right, so let's do it at like 8. And like, I know people are gonna say, well, you just got to helix like 6 times. And I'm like, I really don't want to have to helix like around 6 times. But yeah, if you try and do it like straight where you just kind of S-bend, like S one way and then S back, it doesn't climb. It's not enough. That's insane.
That is ridiculous.
But I'm expecting to show up at the coal mine and have it like designed like a children's scribble that you'd put on the refrigerator, you know, like just
Wow. I see how it is.
That's what I'm expecting.
I see how it is.
Based on what you've been saying.
Look, Heist made it. It's so
yeah,
cute.
Heist made a train stop.
I'm actually kind of happy with how it's turning out so far. I'm not happy with how the track doesn't want to link to anything right now, but
try and line up the alignment beforehand as if like in the direction that it should be, you know what I mean?
I'm trying to start linked right now.
Yeah.
It's not doing a thing.
So
I need another switch anyways.
Real narrow gauge railroads, right?
Mm-hmm.
Let's say you come across a sheer cliff and you're like, I got to get to the other side of that sheer cliff. Okay, I don't know how I just deleted that, but I did. But what would you do? Like, what's your situation there if you got a sheer cliff? You find a way around the cliff, or like, do you just go for it? Like, you know what I mean? Like, do you just helix a ton, like hanging off the side of the cliff? Like,
they've done a bunch of different things. Every railroad tried different stuff. If it was really, really ridiculous, they would do switchbacks. And even like the Rio Grande, even the Mighty Grand did switchbacks to get up and keep the grade reasonable. But
how big is your switchback lane? Like, how many cars could you fit in a switchback lane with? Because you have to go past the switch, right? And then turn around and go back.
The switchbacks that the Grand did were actually pretty honking large. It was pretty impressive because they had switchbacks to get to the limestone mine at Monarch.
Right.
And so they had to climb up with empty cars. But, I mean, they had the big Ks, and they'd usually have 2 trains running it at once, 2 locomotives with 2 cuts of limestone cars. And, you know, these are, I guess they were high-side hoppers, or gons. And they used, you know, God, they probably had 10, 15, something like that, at least, which is pretty crazy. So they were definitely
big
pretty long. They weren't short switchback lanes, that's for sure.
All right, Heist. I made it to the top. I cleared.
You've made it to the summit.
I have cleared the pass. I barely clear it. It goes 10% the whole way, shallows to 8% on the final bridge. I have some corners that are 55 meters, so they're a little tight. But that's still pretty good. I mean, you were saying that's like 32 degrees or something, 33.
Yeah,
so
32 degrees. It should be fine.
Yeah,
we're not going to run K37s over this. We're not going to have K37s.
No, but it is.
So.
This pass is nuts. I can't believe this pass. Like there's like one cut in the mountain, and that's the cut I'm taking, and it's ridiculous.
And you're still so far away. I can see the giant cliff above where you are, but I can't see you. I've not made it terribly far over here either.
Okay, I see the coal mine. Well, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to hug the right side of the cliff and just come down the right side until I get to the coal mine, because that's pretty much
that's smart.
I was building
I've been working on this Y the whole time,
and
that's
okay. Take your time.
It turned into some heist track, and I felt like that was just going to make you mad. So I'm
I don't care if it's heist track. It's heist track. It's just you know,
it's fine.
Okay, so I guess this is a question: would they ever build switches on bridges? Is that ever a thing in narrow gauge?
Not a narrow gauge that I've ever heard of. It's definitely had to happen in some places before. And like you think of light rail transit and stuff, urban
but those
areas,
are automated switches.
That's everywhere. Automated switches too, yeah. But like you just don't tend to have bridge switches just because that's a sudden change in momentum and direction for the train while on an elevated structure, and you're building a structure out of timber.
Right.
Like That's going to put so much stress on the bridge itself. It's not generally a good idea to do. And why did that track kink? Every time I've laid that track so far, it hasn't kinked. What is going on?
Sounds like Heist is
Anyway.
getting kinky.
Always, you know me.
But yeah, this is, I feel like in real life, we would have done like a 200-foot cut in this hill, and then it would have saved us a lot of bridges.
We would have thrown a bunch of dynamite at the hill, and then we
Yeah.
would have built the railroad
Like
from
most
there.
of the narrow gauge, solved the problem with dynamite, and then
Dynamite and or,
Hand
vaguely
picks.
slave labor, bad stuff. From,
the other-
1800s was a different time, okay, folks?
yeah, well, there's two. It's interesting. The Canadian Railroad was built by mostly like Asian immigrants, is what I remember.
Same with the Transcontinental Railroad. Lots of
a lot
Chinese
of
folks
Asian people, and they
and
were like giving them
Irish folks.
incentives to come over and basically build railroads, which I thought was interesting. That's about all I know about it from history class back in like elementary school. So yeah,
right. Yeah, the railroads back in that era were not necessarily the most equal
Humane.
opportunity and good. Yeah. So,
Okay, so remember how you were talking about doing like potentially at some point in time, like way future plans for if we wanted to do a line directly from the coal mine to the ironworks? Because obviously the coal mine only delivers product to the ironworks.
You're at the saddle right now.
I'm
You're
at the
place
saddle
where that
and I'm
makes sense.
above it on this line at 2%. So we would have to make a line that goes under it to do
build a bridge there. That's what when I did that line.
this whole
on
thing
the,
is
very
bridges right now. There's
well. Oh goodness. Okay.
yeah.
When I did my first playthrough, that's how I did it very early on, and I had that bridge, and it was like 100 feet high above the line on the saddle that went down over, and even that was still ridiculous.
This bridge is huge, dude. We're gonna be like
shoot,
right at the
you're
peak.
gonna have to be really careful if you're coming. What are you coming down at 2 or 3%?
2%.
I want to say when I did that line originally from where you're going to the coal mine, I want to say I had to do 4 or 5. So you might still need a helix in your future, friend.
Well, we'll find out. I guess we'll see what happens.
Guess
I'm not gonna...
I've built a nice Y here. I'm proud of the tail tracks of this yard and how flexible this yard's going to be so far.
That's good.
So we'll see kind of how this develops as I go through. I'm just going to fill in the passing lanes, which isn't going to be too much rocket science, so shouldn't be too hard here.
Hey, Heist, you know that song, She'll Be Coming Around the Mountain When She Comes?
Is it going to be... Oh my god, there he is!
It's coming...
Look at
Look at this, coming around the mountain when she comes.
I mean, I don't see this plan on my end,
Oh,
but
right.
here you
I see.
are.
This is actually it's a really good spline. Hold on a minute. Let me get to like here.
Oh my god, it's just giant bridge. Oh, okay, you're just going to... that cliff wall? Okay.
Yeah, well, no, I'm gonna go to the brick stuff now.
Oh,
Brick.
yeah. Oh, it's going to be close.
Look,
Hopefully
man,
it'll work
Oh
at
no,
that
I got
3%
tons of.
the whole
Oh
way.
my god, where are you? You're over there. Oh no. Okay, hold on.
We
I
could
go,
reverse
I can go.
this
No, I can go
lead.
tighter. I can go tighter. I can go to 60 degrees here.
I thought you were going to be too low and you were going to come down.
Oh, look at I'm
I thought
actually
this,
good height here. Look at that. That's wonderful.
Okay. Well, if we have to adjust the lead switches, we can. We can go a different way. But
As long as we can keep it 60 ish.
this
We might need to fix that first switch. Because if we have
Well,
the first switch, you know what I mean, like the opposite orientation, then yeah.
They're all blind. Like it's the whole lead. I built.
Yeah,
the
I'm
whole
trying to
thing
think
this way.
how you could actually.
We could flip flop it so that the lead runs the other way.
You'd have to turn this one into you'd have to have this line come out straight, and then have the other lead come off this one straight,
Oh, I see what
and
you're
then
saying.
curve into the load line. You know what I mean? So like your middle point.
I see
Yeah,
what
yeah.
you're
So your middle
saying.
point's
I
there.
see what you're
Yeah,
saying.
that'll be the easiest fix.
Let's see if this will.
It
do
should
what I
work
want it
that
to do.
way. You know what I mean? And then
Yeah, hopefully these switches. Yeah, okay, they line up well enough. Hopefully the train.
kind of like the
Train
way we
works
did
for
the
that.
smelter. That'll be the
Yeah, and then
same
we do
deal.
another one of these boys, and this will actually make a better delineation for what's a pass through and what's a loading line.
True,
too.
because like it's just yeah.
Yeah, because all of the I put too many tracks. There's too many tracks in here. We don't need all these tracks.
That's
But
fine.
I set it up.
You can
so
never
that-
have too many shunt yards. Like that's what I'm learning about
That's true.
railroad.
So
Like
it's always nice to have a place to stick a train.
wow, this actually doesn't even need to be full 3%, dude.
Oh, that's awesome. Okay.
It actually shallows
So-
out. Look at that. Boom. Shallows out. Done.
There it is.
And it's not
All right.
even. That's not even 60.
You
That's so
technically
great.
finished before me because I had to edit mine.
You just gotta.
Oh,
you
that's
should
kind of
delete
a-
your load
kind of a
back.
kink.
Look at this. See this kink? It like kicks out and then comes. Yeah, just delete
Yeah,
that back
yeah.
a little bit. There you go. And then just
I wish I could
straighten
cut
that
a
out.
smaller
and then,
section.
Yeah.
It's
I know.
fine.
If you could delete it section by section, that'd be so much better. All right, let's
I mean,
check out
technically
what
you
you've
do
got
delete
here.
it
You've
section by
got.
section, but the sections are long.
Holy cow! You built a whole. Oh my god! You got okay. So you got 4 extra shunt lanes.
Yep.
You've got a switch off facility with a good god. That's a steep curve. Okay.
Yeah, it's a 60.
It's a spicy. It looks spicier than it is, but that's fine.
Though
This is
that other one, the reverse is whatever it is. So it's a
the
little
one
spicy,
to go
but-
into this side to load the logs up.
Yep.
That's cool. And then you put a.
But I figured it's a little industrial thing. You're gonna bring one car there. You're gonna bring it with a little switching engine. It's fine.
Yeah. And then you got a turntable and
Turntable,
an
engine
shed.
house.
We're gonna have to build up the foundation under this stupid thing because it's currently floating.
Oh, well, it's fine.
It'll be
Details.
that's a future project to deal with the foundations or whatever. Okay, and then what do you got going back here? You got all your shunt switches come into.
So it's, some switches come through this nested switch to here. We've got this is from the loading and unloading line, and then
Right.
the Y is separate, so you can be turning something while someone else is coming through here.
Oh, you did a Y so we can turn around the edges of the table. Oh, cool.
We could do the table or the Y. So if you want to come out the shop and you're coming out of the roundhouse, you could do it. Or if you want to go,
That's so
pull through,
cool.
finish your load, just run the engine around the Y and then run around the train. You're set to do that because you can
Your
get to
Y,
any of the other lanes
this
from
is,
it.
This is a very small.
Yeah, you're gonna fit an engine on it, and that's it.
Yeah, you should fit the biggest engines we have in the game currently on this, I think.
It's pretty sure it's just enough space.
Yeah.
So
Worst case, like since the route up to here is 55, so worst case, I'm assuming these are 60 curves. We could make them like 50s or 55s, and we'll get a little
this is a 38.
It's a
on this
38.
leg. Yep. That one on the other side, I think, is a 40 or a 45.
Okay, well,
So
good thing this is a shunt facility.
It's not a main line. It doesn't have to go fast.
Okay, so then you've got the head shunt here for when you're flipping around with the Y. What's this head shunt for then? Just cause?
I figured somebody who's switching out the yard would switch out the yard through this drill track, so somebody could still be coming in and unloading a train, wiring their engine while someone's working the yard, and then they don't get in each other's way.
Oh, I see. You built fill here, but you can apparently clip right through
Yeah,
it.
the fill doesn't actually have collision, so
Yeah, that's kind of
that's,
interesting.
a little strange. I think if the end caps don't have collision for some reason right there.
All right, cool. Well, this is neat. It's a nice little yard. I like it.
Look, he likes it, guys. I was so worried.
Well, no, I didn't know what you were talking about when you said an engine Y. That makes total sense. So I guess you do that in yards if you have more space for it, because like it's just easier.
You'd prefer to do this than actually use a table, because using a table in everyday operation,
It's
running on and
slow.
off of it, you hammer the crap out of the bearings. So
Right.
it's actually likely a location like this wouldn't even have a table, and they just have a Y. I mean, it's way cheaper to just build a 3-point turn than it is to build a turntable.
Yeah, you could just put a switch here and have it go straight into the house.
Yeah, so we could always do that too if we just want to do that. But I thought having a little flexibility, have either or.
We gotta do it. We should do it. We should do it.
Sold. Let's use the Y then. No,
feel
not tables. No
I
caps.
feel like we have tables at the helper station, which people are already complaining about. We have tables at. Oh, what happened to that track?
Deleted the track because I think it's got to be a little bit shorter.
Oh, okay.
I'm guessing. So
But yeah, we got tables like everywhere else, like helper station. We got one at the smelter. Now I kind of want to go back and put a Y at the smelter too. To be honest, I feel like that would be
right.
the way you, because the smelter's got lots of space for. Whatever. This future. Oh, we might need to go
So
back
you
even
need to be
further.
even shorter than that.
Yeah, because the switches are ginormous.
Does the goat not have a headlight, or is the headlight somewhere else? Did you steal our headlight?
No, does it not have a headlight?
It's not rendered on my end. The platform is, but there's no headlight. The box is gone.
Yeah, what? There's no headlight.
Oh, there's none on your end either. It's
No,
not
there's
just
no
a client
headlight.
side issue.
How did that happen? There was
don't
one,
know.
wasn't there when we bought it?
I'm pretty sure you can't. I thought we had a headlight with this thing.
All right, well you gotta back up. For some reason I can't place a stopper here, so I gotta figure that one out. Now the helper station doesn't have a headshot, but honestly, or it doesn't have a turnaround. But honestly, I feel like we wouldn't have that here. We always come down and reverse anyway, and if you needed to turn, you turn at the iron mine.
Yeah.
And the smelter, I'm definitely gonna build a Y at the smelter. I'm gonna replace the turntable with a Y because there's so much space there. It's like,
Right.
it just would be cool. Yeah, there's no backlight either. Wow, this is
Is the flame there on your end?
yeah, the flame's here. Yeah, it's just a floating.
Well, I'm
that
glad
flame.
we saved because the odds of us crashing are probably pretty high.
I'm gonna save again just to be safe. That is the floating flame. The eternal flame of the engine. It's what keeps the engine moving forever.
Oh, it's like a pilot light. Okay.
Yeah, it's like a pilot light, exactly. All right, so presumably, oh my god, that bridge looks so steep from here. It's ridiculous.
Oh my god, I didn't even turn and look at that.
Yeah.
What the hell is that,
Oh,
Con?
I hit a tree. I hit a tree and got dropped off the engine. Wait up, I got caught on a tree.
Your building that you hit a tree, and then I see a man running in the gauge behind me. It's fine.
Yeah, no, I hit a tree. Okay, we're good. You're good.
This is redonkulous looking, dude.
Yeah, do you see that bridge up there? The like big hook. Yeah, it's.
The first thing that made me go, "Oh God, I didn't see that."
Yeah,
I
you see
realized that was the
you
Iron
can
Mine
see
bridge,
the difference
and
between
then I
a
saw
6.5.
the coal mine bridge above it, and I went,
Yeah.
"Oh my God!"
You can actually see the difference between 6.5 and 10. It's wonderful.
Turns out it's steep.
It's a lot. Yeah. But this would be cool. So now this helper station is going to be a bump in place. We're going to have like multiple engines there.
Really gonna have to build that out into a whole town. That's how some towns ended up existing. There's a town in Utah called Helper, Utah.
And
Guess what it is? It was a helper station for the railroad, for the grade climbing back into Colorado.
I mean, to be fair, you could fit in that one engine shed, we could fit 4 gear trains. And I feel like if
really
we had
could.
1 or 2 gear trains, like that's going to be enough for anything we do up here. Oh my god, yeah, that bridge looks, it looks like a freaking roller coaster. Like it's just
some Polar Express crap, dude.
Look at that. Look at that. You see the other bridge in the background too. This might have been a bad idea. This is what I'm saying though. We would have done like a 200-foot cut in the terrain, you know? Wouldn't have needed half that bridge. Yeah.
The Uinta Railway approves either way.
Yeah, this is pretty gnarly. I'm gonna actually just jump off here and make sure I'll set the switch so we can just keep going.
Oh, there is a switch?
Oh yeah, there's a switch from the iron mine.
The entry switch, yeah.
Yeah, the only switch. Yeah, this is ridiculous, dude. I can't believe this. It's good though. Now we can start delivering coal, making some serious money.
Right.
While he's getting to the products to coal, and then we got to deliver the coal down to the ironworks. But setting up that
we're gonna have to bring
ironworks
rails up this.
Yeah, but like gear trains, bro. We just need gear trains.
We're gonna need. I was thinking about getting us more hoppers, but
yeah, but we won't even be able to drag the hoppers up this anyway. Like it's, you know.
We have 4 hoppers, so if we run a set of 4 hoppers, we can pay for 1 hopper in just about 1 run.
True. I have $2,300.
Okay. But do we buy more hoppers, or do we save for? I mean, we probably need a geared engine first, really.
Well, we need a geared engine to do the 10%. I mean, that's gonna be the, if we want to do any sort of load up the 10%, we're gonna need something geared, right? How much iron do we have, actually? That's a good question. We just did an iron delivery, so we probably have a bunch. We took iron back.
I want to say we had 70 and we loaded.
Yeah, we loaded 40.
We dumped and then we loaded 40. So we
have
should
90.
Have like
so we could buy now. 4 hoppers and then do big iron runs. All right, so this is 5% and then 10 right away. Oh, I missed you. Oh,
okay.
Hold on.
I'll just turn the reg off. I'm gonna
I really don't
that.
want you slow down a lot. Okay. All right. Perfect.
Just the goat by itself is still fine. Oh, what is this? What is this Polar Express alignment up there? That's 10%? Are you sure?
Dude, this is all 10%. I'm telling you.
This is absurd.
It has to
like,
be.
Just looking at it in the distance is just like, yoink.
I love the view down the valley, though. This is awesome. You can see everything behind us.
The madness.
But yeah, it's 10%, 10%, climbing 10%. Making this corner was really tough. You can see we get right to the edge. Like, look at how close we are to the edge.
The ties kiss the terrain.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that was, and then here we had to go out more just to be able to climb the rest of the 10%. That's why it looks weird from below, because it actually comes out at you, so it looks like it's steeper, but it's not.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, and then we cut back in, and look at the clearance we're gonna have at the top, bro. It's millimeters. This is why this took so long to lay out. It's literally millimeters. Right here, again, ties kissing the edge.
Just a little kiss.
Yeah, 55-degree turns. I need to cut some trees.
Yeah, I was gonna say this is the most direct I've ever done this path. I've done this path before with a 5% and a 7%. And oh god, it just drops. It's just
Well, now it's 0, and then now we're down
right.
3. I should probably
we go.
smooth that out a little bit, but
that's fine. It just goes dunk.
yeah.
If we send it too hard with the Glen. Oh my god, we're gonna hit all these trees.
Uh-oh.
Danger. Okay. Oh, there it is.
Yeah.
There it is.
Yeah.
There it
no,
is.
I forgot. Oh god. I will. Do you want to re-rail that? I forgot about deleting these trees.
I'll go re-rail that while you do some MOW and clear the bridge, the load-bearing trees from your bridge.
Yeah, no, that was I honestly just
accidentally
totally
right-clicked.
haven't driven this track before. I totally forgot. This 10%. Oh my god! When you're looking at it from a side view and your camera's tilted, you're like, "Why is my camera so messed up?" And then you're like, "Wait a minute, it's just 10%."
That's just what this is. Yeah.
Yeah, that's just 10%. And that, we are going to catch air on that 10 to 0 drop. 100%.
I want to see it happen.
Yeah. Why does it feel like my camera's still tilted too? Oh, it just is. Okay, cool.
That's fine.
We're just going down really steep. Anyway, welcome back. You can drive again. Sorry, I was just
okay.
getting her back on the rails. We cleared the trees. Hopefully, there's no more. So wonderful path. This is interesting. You were saying this is the spot where if we want to make
the saddle.
a line directly from the coal mine back to the ironworks, we're gonna have to go there.
Yep.
Which is
That's the
interesting
low
because
spot.
that'll have to go below this bridge,
Which is hilarious.
which is hilarious considering how high up we are. Or we just fork off this bridge somehow. But anyway, we can keep coming. We're gonna come up to a switch here. I don't know which direction it's gonna be set in, so we might have to just be really careful here. Not yet.
Okay.
We are just chugging along. Listen to those drivers go. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, the chuff loop is pretty high pitched. I wonder if this is just us going downhill or if the goat got upgraded.
I feel like we're just going downhill. Here's the switch. I should really clear that tree so we can see.
To the
main.
left.
So this is our head shunt where we would, or the drill track where we would drop off our helper.
That's
this,
the one spot where it can happen.
Yeah, basically this is the only flat spot I got to. So this whole line is 3% maximum back up to the 10% death climb. So presumably, as long as we know the tonnage of our coal trains, we could use the road train to get back up this without
Smart.
any issue.
I like it.
I feel like it is going to be an issue. I'm going to fill in this too with some fill because it should, be filled in.
Right. That's nice.
And it's
Lots
pretty,
of bridges, but
wow.
trying to hug to
we
the
got
canyons right here is
MOW
really
coming up.
challenging.
Hold on, hit the brakes. Hit the brakes.
See it.
Hit the.
I hit it.
Oh my god, you stopped on a dime. Okay.
It's like the brakes have been hit for a minute, sir.
Okay, hold on. Just
That's not the bad one. This next one's the bad one.
Yeah, no, I'm getting it. I think there's I think you're good.
There's another one across the trestle, but
Okay, we just gotta. Like, oh well, I'm walking apparently. It just.
I mean, I could stop and pick you up.
Yeah,
Or I can just watch you from
I gotta
up
get
here.
these ones anyway. You can't really get them from up top. MOW didn't do their job, unfortunately.
That's
They were
fine. It's fine.
really not working hard.
Oh, and then this is the last curve in, isn't it?
Yeah, this is it.
Look, we're here.
And then we're back here at the coal mine. Isn't that ridiculous?
It is pretty ridiculous. I like it. The 10% section is the winner of the ridiculous award, I think.
Yeah. And then now we could come in here and do all our coal mine The coal mine's huge. I love the Sean lanes here at the beginning. This is great.
A lot of space for
Yeah.
activities.
Lots of room for activities. All right, well, full steam in reverse, sir. We can't turn the helper around because
Oh yeah, there's no
no
removed the
turntable
places to
anymore.
turn- I mean, we could turn it around here, and then we could turn it around in the iron mine, but that sounds annoying.
True.
And we're just one engine. So
in
it
real
doesn't really matter.
in real railroad operations with the helper, would they run it down in reverse? Like that's what we're doing.
I've usually heard about them turning it around, but it was with tender engines and no sprung drawbars, so like
Right.
you kind of had to because the tender would be just banging into you the whole way otherwise.
Right, but if you have
Which
like
is
a
dangerous,
gear
but-
train,
But if
or
it's
you
like an
have-
060 like this, yeah, it doesn't make a darn bit of difference.
yeah, or if you have a gear train where it's like two drivers that are both
yeah.
identical, it really
Yeah,
doesn't.
you wouldn't care then.
It's a lot easier just to go in the same direction. Yeah, that makes sense. I love this this valley here. It's pretty cool.
Me too.
We just skipped all of it by going around the outside.
Yep. Just bypass that chicken rat.
All right,
I
you
have
got it.
somehow still never built, in my many playthroughs of this game, I have never built down the right canyon. I've never built there. That whole part of the map doesn't exist for me.
It's pretty. It's just really long.
It's pretty.
Like
It's just super long.
You know, if you want to run that right canyon route for the coal mine, that's what I did on my first world, and it's pretty. It's just it's a very, very, very long route, and you're constantly climbing at that route. You're constantly
Just
going
a
up.
real slight climb, yeah.
Yeah, it's not huge, but it's enough. Yeah, this would be great. Lots of straight area here, so we can stop and let the helper engine get off and then back up the whole way
Yep.
through this
You know,
nonsense.
it's only half more than it had to be, I guess. But there's no place to put a switch, really, is there?
Not unless you, want like a
You
floating
could have built up like
switch.
crazy embankment right here, maybe, and then
Yeah,
tried
I
to do
thought
it, but it's
about
like
that. That's why this embankment existed. Because I was like, maybe I could throw a switch
Hokey.
here, but I was like, whatever. It's not that much further to that other spot.
yeah. What's the difference at that point?
Or you got to put one way at the top of this cliff. But then if you do that, you need like a floating switch on a bridge or something, which is just. And you'd have to time it perfectly. Like if you're running a long train and you have the thing right at the top of the hill, your helper's got to basically get out of the way while the train still has momentum to carry itself through the rest of it.
Right.
Like the rest of the hill, which just seems kind of silly.
It'll be a little silly, but it'll be fun.
Or you
I'm
have to
excited
push
give it a shot.
everything. Send it, get some air.
Come
Get
on,
some air.
train.
No.
No.
We need that the Glenbrook and her oh god. Bro.
Sorry, I was looking at the valve gear.
Bro.
That's fine.
Whoa,
That's fine.
it's so
It's
fast.
fine. That's fine. I don't know what you're on about. I was staring at the valve gear and I've realized that this locomotive's perpetually stuck in forward. And the valve
What, just
gear's
the way
not
the valve gear
animated quite
works?
right. That's fine. I need to do a Stevenson Valve Gear 101 video at some point. Like, I'm slowly learning more little details about it and how it actually works and the real nuanced bits of it that I didn't understand before. And I'm starting to feel more comfortable with it. So, gotta get to that video at some point.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna put an engine shed here off this turntable as well.
This bridge is redonkulous.
Hey man, you gotta do what you gotta do.
Gotta do what you gotta do. Just gonna send it.
That's the climb. That is it. That is the death
There it
part
is.
of the entire track.
I love it.
And now we just have to head back to Smoke. Perfect. Now we can start delivering coal. So we either need to spend our money on better engines, or I guess we spend our money on hoppers, deliver more iron, and then
make more money more
Make
quickly.
more money and then get
It
a
just
gear
depends.
train.
Like, if we run a couple more trains and we have enough money for the geared engine, then it's like, okay, well, maybe that makes sense. But if it's going to take a lot more trains to get there, maybe.
I wouldn't mind getting a Heisler as the next gear engine, or even a Climax, and throwing it at the helper station, because then we can put the goat at the smelter,
Right.
which like
And the
kinda makes-
Heisler's got a 5-chime, so I mean, I
Right.
would advocate for that.
Yeah,
for the
and
whistle.
it's big and bulky and does the job. So, and maybe we should save up and get a Heisler after we get some more hopper cars and just sort of do it that way. But yeah, let us know what you guys think in the comments down below. We're just gonna go park this in the engine shed,
Yep.
and you know, another route successfully completed. This is like the way I see it, right? The way this sort of campaign is playing out. We've got the sort of the left side of the map where stuff is relatively normal, and then we've got the iron mine, just death canyon that's just
Ridiculous. Just
redonkulous.
absolutely ridiculous.
Yeah.
Every single bit of it. So, you know, you might as well just take it to the extreme.
Yeah, I mean, if we could cut the terrain, I'd cut the terrain, but we can't. So that we
Here
end
we
up
are.
with the roller coaster
10%
of a
or
bridge.
die.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, no, That's
or die.
that's the dying part. Well,
Yeah, there it is.
no, another.
I'm stuck in
another,
the cab.
Another
Can I
cup,
get out?
Cup for heist.
It's fine. Another peek up.
All right, I can re-rail this. Well, let us know what you guys think in the comments down below.
Oh,
I
no,
gotta,
not facing that
no, I gotta
way.
flip it. I gotta flip it. There we go. There we go.
are.
Perfect. But yeah, let us know what you guys think in the comments down below. Check out Heist's channel. Link in the description. Okay, bye Heist. Don't bin it this
Bye.
time. I get it.
Bye. Bye.
But yeah,
Bye,
bye,
Con.
everyone.
Bye, viewers.
Have a good day.
Bye.
I'm gonna go home. Back